What's up, dudes and girls? What's going on? It's the House of I podcast. Today, I kind of decided to do an impromptu podcast with my siblings and Elizabeth.
I'm not his sibling.
She's my sibling as well.
Man, that's kind of weird. Impromptu is an understatement. It's 2:05 a.m. and we're in the middle of my living room.
Yeah, in this new house, newly bought house.
Touche, sir. Okay, it's 2 a.m. Whatever.
That's right, baby.
Okay.
Drinking some vino.
But I felt like this has been a long time coming. I had John and Serge on, which was a fun conversation. But
a long time coming. That was my porn name.
Is that Asian?
Fuck.
Man, why'd you gotta take it like that?
That's good. That's good. That's my porn name.
But today I was listening to a podcast.
Okay.
What's up?
I was listening to Bertcast, and he had Ryan Sickler on, and Ryan Sickler was kind of talking about like some sibling shit that went on with him when he was young, and I just thought it would be cool to kind of talk about the stuff that we've been through, because we've done stuff to each other that's kind of fucking hilarious and also
Fucked up,
yeah.
Good times.
Good times, yeah.
It was all good times,
sometimes.
Man. It's all in good fun. It was all love.
But
sometimes.
hold on, I'm gonna.
He's busy right now. I'm guessing what he means is
he's
him
reloading.
and his brothers love each other, no matter what is said on this podcast, and yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
they love each other.
So let's start from the beginning here. The oldest of us three in terms of siblings, at least for brothers, not our older sister, but our oldest brother.
Yeah, but she'll never do this.
No, she would never do this.
No, probably not.
Janelle.
She'll probably
boy.
never
We love
listen
her,
to
man.
this.
Shout out to Janelle. Okay?
Shout out to Janelle, because
We
she
love her,
might
man.
she might weirdly listen to this.
She's in a category of her own. And let me tell you, man, when I was younger, I tried my best to look up to her. I really did, bro. I tried. I definitely tried to find, okay, this is somebody that came before me. Let me
Okay.
try and fucking, get a feel for life through her. And it didn't really play out that way.
Why
But
is
I
that?
definitely did learn from her. And I did. I have to. I'm thankful for a lot of things that she showed me. I am grateful for that.
Yeah, I guess we had to put that caveat in there for Janelle.
We have to, man. Janelle, she's part of the group.
She's special.
Yeah.
She is, man.
Real
She's
special in
unique.
our hearts.
She's the only girl. I think she deserves a
Whoa,
shout out.
No,
Raphael's
dude,
here.
Jonathan.
Hey,
You see, this is where it all comes
this
from.
is where it begins,
Nah,
and
Janelle's
it
special, man.
ends.
Janelle's the first. She's the firstborn, man. She's,
But wait, no. Which one's the chick? John.
Hey, who's the more emotional
The
one?
shortest.
It's definitely Raphael.
Yeah.
He just crossed his arms, really.
A little
pouty.
bit.
Oh,
All right, but let's
It could be Danny. Could be Danny.
let's
I'm
give
definitely in
the
my feelings. I'm not even gonna fuck around with that. I know I get in my feelings.
this guy's
sometimes.
getting a little weird on the mic.
Hey.
let's give the listener some backstory here. So basically, Jonathan and Janelle, Raphael, and I share the same dad. Jonathan and Janelle's mom married my father. I don't know how long. You would know more. You could
I thought you were gonna say I don't know why.
that too.
It's like, what's wrong with these women, right? Am I right? What's wrong with our moms, dude?
Yeah.
Nah, man. Shout out to my dad. Happy birthday, pops.
Yeah,
we love
it's
you,
his
man.
birthday
Okay?
yesterday.
No matter what.
No matter what, pops.
No matter what, man.
But so basically, my dad married Jonathan's mom, Vivian, and then had Janelle and Jonathan, and then They divorced, and then he got together with my mom and Raphael's mom, Lila, and had us too. And then so we're half siblings. Although I don't feel there's a
that's
difference.
A curse word. We don't say those words.
we don't say
Don't
that.
say half siblings here.
But
You remember that one time that Raphael tried to say that to us back in the day?
Yep, that was bad. Dude.
I think this is a perfect time to bring that up. Dude.
Yeah, but wait, okay, but hold on.
Wait
Before
a
we
minute,
get there,
bro. We
let's.
have to get there.
We'll
though.
get there. We'll get
'Cause
there.
that
yeah.
shit was. It just is foreshadowing who he is.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we'll
gosh.
get there.
That's pretty dark, bro. Because
It
I
was
actually
he
never
was like
used that.
4
against you
years
again.
old.
I know.
Saying
Yeah,
that
that's
shit to us, bro.
Yeah.
I was definitely.
I remember
immature.
me and Danny being so
It's okay.
confused.
I was very
like,
young.
Oh my
You were
god.
4, dude.
I was
Yeah.
4 years old.
Dark
I
little
think that gives
fuck.
me reason, man.
Yeah. But okay, so, all right. So basically, Jonathan, you're 6 years older than me, right?
I'm 33. How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm turning 26 on the 17th.
Okay. So let's
So
do
whatever
some
that
math.
is.
That's, 7 years, bud.
7? Yeah.
7. Okay, so Janelle's 10 years older than me. You're
That's right.
7 years older than me, and I'm 6 years older than Raphael.
Yep.
Means
So-
I'm 19, turning 20 the 27th.
Yes, that's
And
right.
for those of you who don't know, Elizabeth is on the mic as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
Special
well,
guest.
because she's the other host of the podcast, so they definitely
That's
know
right,
that.
baby.
You fuck.
Well, just want to give
That
her
was
a
a
shout
little
out. I don't think we introduced her.
So I just kind of wanted to talk about like basically our relationships because they're all kind of like based off of, you know, the older brother kind of picking on the younger brother, and I mean it was both of us did it.
The pecking order.
Yeah, the pecking order. Yeah. So
To
I
a
can.
degree.
I can like I like this is the earliest memory at least I can think of right now that I have of you fucking with me was we were in my room and I had like a huge box of Hot Wheels, all those cars, and you pushed me and it broke and and then I don't know who it was,
drawing
mom.
He
blank.
doesn't remember.
I don't know if it was mom or dad, but
I
they
have
came
no
in.
idea.
They came in and they're like, "Who did this?" And Jonathan was like, "Oh, he fell."
Yeah, he fell after I mumbled after I pushed this bitch ass.
He definitely pushed
Oh
me.
my god.
But yeah,
Well,
it's
look, man. Let me tell you a backstory. So this dates back to Janelle. Just another shout out to Janelle. So Janelle, there's an infamous story about Janelle on how she, there was jealousy issues as soon as I was born. So Janelle was the center of attention. And then I came around, and I was a new baby in town. You know, everybody was like, "Oh, you know." So I was getting all the attention, and Janelle didn't like that so much. So, Dad always tells me this one story where he walks into the room and Janelle's crying. So that's why he came into the room, and she's accusing me of stealing her toys, right? That we're all playing there, and that I keep taking her toys. That was the accusation she put on me. So he decided to hide in the closet. And he saw Janelle put the toys in front of me or like in my hand, somewhere within my reach, and then start crying and yelling for him so I would get in trouble. So that was her little game that she played.
But your dad saw it.
And she was, the scary part is she was like, what, maybe 5, 6 years old, max.
yeah.
So she, hey.
Let's be honest, bro. You wanted to play with those fucking toys, dude.
Well, you know what? I did. Okay.
Irrelevant,
Yeah.
though.
So
That's besides the point.
that is definitely besides the point.
Okay.
No. Yeah. I don't even know what to
But
say
look.
about that. But are you
Nobody-
saying are you
what-
trying to attribute basically the way she treated
No,
you to
I
what
guess,
you?
I guess what I'm
what he
saying
did
is,
to
I guess
you.
Yeah.
there's a pattern involved because look, Janelle did that kind of shit to me, which I would say Janelle was probably maybe the
Somewhat the
hardest.
worst. Why don't
It
you
could
talk
be.
about the story when Janelle left you outside when you were
Oh
little?
yeah, so
Oh yeah.
so we had a house in Coral Gables, me, my mom, and Janelle, and I don't remember exactly how she tricked me into it, but she got me somehow outside after I had just gotten out the shower, and she ripped my towel out from under me and left me outside naked. And I'm not talking about like naked in the backyard. I'm talking about like naked in the street.
That's hysterical.
So then
Why did she do that?
Luckily, I was a good climber. I do remember this part because I don't remember much about it, but I remember climbing my back fence to get into my backyard. So
Right.
I didn't have, I wasn't exposed to the whole neighborhood. So I
Just your
eventually
family.
made it into the backyard and, was banging on the back door to try and get back in the house. But
Why did she do that? Just to fuck with
just
you?
to fuck with me. You know?
That's pretty funny though.
She,
That's
yeah, she,
hysterical.
look, and Cheech, look, if we want to go there, Chi-Chi was the worst.
Our uncle.
Cheech, okay?
I didn't
Cheech,
get it
for
that
everybody
bad,
who
but-
doesn't know who Cheech is, that's Caesar Tour Shows. That's our
That
uncle.
son of a bitch.
Okay, the best basketball player in the family. Okay,
Nah,
shout
not
out
any-
to Cheech.
not anymore.
Even though I'll ball his ass up, but
You wouldn't,
I love
though.
him. I wouldn't, but
Continue.
I can. I
Okay.
have.
That's cool.
All right, but
Have
look,
not.
man.
Psych.
Cheech, man.
Cool
Cheech
story.
was a beast, man. Cheech was next level stuff, and I think he honestly, if I think back to where it all started, he's the one that fucking kind of set off the first domino. It was, you see the domino effect. It was definitely Cheech because he hung me one time from my underwear onto a fucking coat hanger on the back of his door, and I was crying. I was crying, hanging there.
No, he didn't.
And I'll never forget. Like my fucking dad opened the door, and they heard me crying. He doesn't even know where I'm at. I'm behind the door, crying,
That is too
hanging
funny.
from the door. Yeah. It was scary, man. Well, and then there was that bad incident. I don't want to keep rambling on, but there was that bad incident
go.
where. Okay, so here's another one. So if you guys want to think you have it bad, you can. But I actually went
Just
to a
compare it to
fucking.
this,
I went to
though.
the hospital.
Compared to this.
Yeah, we never went to the hospital.
For that whole pecking order ordeal. I went to a hospital. I went to the hospital. Okay, so you see the scar I have on my eyebrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Janelle and Cheech were in Yaya, which is my grandmother, Cheech's mom. We're in the room and they're telling me, hey, why don't they start jumping on this pillow, right? So they start jumping on this pillow like, oh, it's a lot of fun. Look, you should try it. So, of course, I was young. I didn't know any better. I start jumping on the pillow, and then Cheech yanks the pillow out from under me,
Oh my God.
and I smack my eye on the corner of a nightstand,
Of course.
and I start gushing out blood, which is terrifying, right? So my dad, which is Chi-Chi's brother, so is Chi-Chi's my uncle, walks in, sees that, and he, my dad's temper is legendary. So
Divorceable.
Divorceable is right.
irreplaceable. So he grabs a hold of Chi-Chi by the neck, and the story goes that I don't remember this portion, but I do remember my eye bleeding profusely. I remember it bleeding really bad, but I remember him telling me that he was grabbing Chi-Chi by the neck to the point where Chi-Chi started to almost turn blue, and Chi-Chi's dad Ulysses was trying to beat the crap out of my dad's hands to let him go, and my dad was in a blind rage because he thought I went blind. He thought that I lost my eye because it was just a
you're
ridiculous
bleeding.
amount of blood coming from my eyebrow. So he mistook it for I smacked my eye on the corner of the table.
You lost your eye,
And
bro.
yeah, man, that shit was
That
it
would
was
be
that
insane.
that was the good old days. That's 90s
fun
hip hop of
times.
bullying right there.
Yeah, that's the top.
Went
of,
through the
That's the top.
that
of
was
it
the
right
the
there.
mecca, the pinnacle. So
all right,
anyways,
so
I've talked too much. Go
No,
ahead,
no,
man.
no. That's good. I
That
like
story
that.
was
Stories
pretty
are
good.
funny. All right, so I can attribute a lot of because this is kind of a music podcast, and I always try to bring it back at some point to music, but I can attribute the majority of my music taste from you, and I would say my sense of competition from you. And it's weird to say that because it's been a long time since I've looked up to you. Does that and I don't mean that obviously I don't look up to you now. It's more of you're my big brother, and then at some point we kind of became friends. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. Of course.
But it's weird though because that dynamic existed where you just felt so much older than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I felt the same way. I would say Janelle at one point. Like I said, it became hard for me to feel that. As I got older, I realized I didn't have enough in common with Janelle because she was. And maybe not only because she was female, but it was partly because of that. But, you know, I guess I was looking for that as well. But I did at one point, like, Chi-Chi was a big role model for me. Even though he fucked with me beyond belief. But, like, I just always looked up to him like, damn, this guy is, like, he was, you know, amazing at martial arts. And he was this great athlete, basketball player. So he kind of filled that role for me, too. And yeah, man, I think we all kind of look for that. But, you know, at this day and age, I try my best, man. I feel like we're on a different level now where, you know, we want to kind of, I don't know, I want to inspire you guys in other ways. I know we, growing up, we had different, you know, maybe tastes and different things, and you kind of developed your own taste. But yeah, man, we learned a lot from each other. I learned from you too. Like when you got older and you started going off on your own path, I found myself getting inspired by you too. So I think it kind of just went full circle at that point, you know. Even Raphael too.
Yeah,
like you guys kind of branched off into your own thing, and that was beautiful, and I love that.
We're not there yet. I was gonna get there with Raphael, but
well, no, man. Like honestly, I feel like that's the natural order of things. Like people draw inspiration from other people, and then they kind of go on their own path. But like, dude, there's things that you've gotten me into. There's things that Raphael's got me into. Janelle, I've drawn from everything, bro, and I love that about us. You know, like I think that's great.
Yeah, no, it is great. It's obviously it's made us who we are today.
Yeah,
and a lot closer.
Yeah, just going back to like the music stuff. So you had like this big CD booklet.
Yes.
That would be like almost like the greatest book ever
Dude,
to look through.
That was like the Bible.
It was like the Bible.
It was like
Corinthians.
scripture.
Yeah, and I actually remember like a specific night where I think it must have been it was that old stereo and you were playing Bone.
Yeah.
In the spare room that we had in the house. And I forget, like, I feel like it was either, but that doesn't.
Is that the night that Raphael spilled Gatorade all over himself?
I don't think.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that, yeah, because what was it, tickling?
Oh my
Were we tickling
God.
him?
I don't know what happened, but he like fucking.
He just threw the Gatorade
all over himself.
Yeah.
He had it in his hands, and he just.
You guys are such dicks.
You did it to yourself, dude.
You did it to yourself. You did.
And it was that like powdered Gatorade.
Yeah,
so
it was a
like,
powdered Gatorade.
He got a special mix of his own.
It was
Of
so
his own
refreshing.
formula, you know, like he
Refreshing.
made it to his own thickness, and that's what ended up
I
on
woke
him.
up instantly.
I remember him. Do you remember him gasping for
I
breath?
fucking felt reborn, dude. I felt like another person.
It was like he had taken water in, you know, like. Oh my God, it was so funny, dude. We had a great laugh that night.
Yeah.
It was so good.
No, I don't know if it was. I don't think it was
Anyways,
that night.
off track.
Yeah.
That was funny.
But that is funny. But I remember listening to Bone basically, and I don't remember what we were doing, but I just remember sitting there, and that was kind of like my introduction to music in general. Because I listen, basically all the rap music that I listen to now for the most part is all the stuff that you introduced me to, and then that we kind of like found together.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool because it took me up until high school to really start listening to other music, and I can attribute that to Dad and Serge.
Yes.
But still to this day, I have like very, very strong feelings towards towards that rap music, because I think I think we talked about this before, but I feel like Bone was actually like the perfect segue into the music that I ended up getting into.
Oh my God, yes it was.
Yeah, like with the harmonies and the singing and all that stuff. And honestly, their rhythm is very jazz-like.
Yes.
You know? So
They were definitely not a traditional rap group.
Yeah, like if you were gonna like rap, that would be it.
I mean, there was
Yeah.
a point where I was so into them that like it was pretty much all I had in my rotation, because I just felt like I wasn't getting that from other artists, you know?
yeah.
And it was, I guess it was a little bit of a closed-minded perspective at that point, but, I just felt like, damn, there's so much in this world from this one particular artist, and they branched off, did solo albums, and they did albums together, and it was like, damn, man, there was just so much to draw off of. But yeah, man, like you said, I don't solely attribute it, my taste in music, to them or all that, you know. I mean, I think they're a great example of thinking outside the box, you know.
Yeah.
It's a band that, or a group that didn't necessarily play by the rules, even in a hip hop category.
Yeah.
You know, where they kind of created their own genre, their own lane, their own genre.
They
which
sure did, yeah.
Which I love that, because you really
unique
can't
sound.
compare anybody to them. And when you have an artist like that, there's a million artists out there that you can compare to other artists.
Yeah.
You can. It's like, oh, this is like this is like that. And even now, you can say, okay, they're kind of trying to emulate them, but they're not like them. You
Yeah,
know? They're not
yeah,
them.
they're
It's
not.
never
They
been
were
them.
honestly the
say-
first singing rappers, in my opinion.
But who would you say did that though?
Who would I say did
Emulated them. Or
emulated
tried
them?
them?
Oh, back then they had a lot. Back then
to.
they
Like
had
who,
a,
though?
well, back then you had like Crucial Conflict was another group that came out.
Okay.
Remember, like, it's just like anything in music now. When Drake pops off, like, they have artists that try to sound like Drake.
Whoa.
When they have Jay-Z back then in the early 2000s, people try to sound like Jay-Z. Like, whatever's hot at the time. And Bone had their run. Granted, it wasn't a long run in the spotlight, but they did, man. At one point, they were at the pinnacle. They were at the top. They came out with like
Oh,
that
they won a Grammy.
East
Yeah.
1999 album, and like every song that came out, it was like, you know, it was comparable to like a fucking Michael Jackson
I
album
would,
where every
yeah,
song
like I
was
gonna
super
say, like,
popular.
The Beatles of hip hop. almost.
Well,
First
yeah, I
of the
mean,
month
you
was
know,
super popular too.
Yeah.
look, Eminem's had that run, 50 Cent's had that run. You know, every kind of, you know, people have those
Didn't they
runs.
have a song with Akon that got super popular too.
Yeah, I mean, look, groups and artists have those kind of runs. They had their one little brief run in the 90s. But you know what's really cool about them is that like their fans, it's like a cult almost, you know, like they fucking stick with them from the beginning to the end, and they're like ride or die fans, you know. And not every artist kind of has that. I feel like, I don't know. I don't
They
feel
have a
like every
unique
artist
fan
has
base.
that.
I remember one time me
It
and
is a
Danny were
unique
at
fan base.
Walmart, and we saw this random old guy that had a Bone Thugs t-shirt, and we were really surprised to see that. It was
Yeah.
honestly, it was really surprising.
You know, when I really started to, because at first, you know, you just go off of, okay, it sounds appealing to the ear, right? That's usually your first reaction. But then I started, like, when I started to break down the lyrics, because back then they had booklets where they would give you the breakdown of the lyrics, and that was big for me, man. Like, that was huge when I started to understand what they were saying, because at first you're like, fuck, what the fuck are
What
they
the
saying?
fuck?
Right.
You know?
So
But
true.
then, like, I actually started to look into what they were saying. I'm like, damn, there's a message behind this music, and it was just, I connected with it on a different level, you know, and that's when I really appreciated it more so than just it sounds good, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Which for me
which
personally,
became big for me.
I actually never really looked into the lyrics. I actually focused more on the instrumentals and the melody. So that's funny that you say that, because even to this day, I'm not really a big lyricist guy. Like, I don't really pay
I'm
attention.
big on that.
I'm not, yeah. So, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. So besides the music, then like the other, obviously all the other shit that, I mean, my humor is definitely Jonathan humor. I mean, I think we all. I don't know where you got yours from.
Well, look, man, you know, and it can start with the music. Look, I drew music, as much as I wouldn't want to say it, I drew musical inspiration from my mom. My mom was really into soul music, which I still love to this day. Back then it was like, okay, it's my mom's music. Oh God, here it is, you know. But now you get older and you learn to love it, because it was good shit.
Yeah.
They were listening to good shit, and my dad too, and our dad.
Dad had a lot of good music.
Our dad had a lot of good music, man. He has a good ear for music. So, like, I'm forever grateful for that. But, you know, I've told you guys before, man, I remember being at, like, parties with my dad, with our dad, and, like, just seeing, like, him being the center of a
Tension.
crowd and just making people laugh. And I'm like, damn, I didn't understand it at the time, but he has that. he has that charisma to him. Yeah, he does. He has that ability to kind of get a feel for the situation and just kind of turn it into something that makes people laugh. And I think that's where it all started for me, at least. You know,
Yeah.
I gave him credit for that. I won't take credit for that. I think maybe we took it and made it our own and ran with it. You know,
Well,
but
I think a big
definitely start someplace.
I think a big part of like our humor is like reference. Like we reference a lot of like all of our humor is like kind of like referencing shit, you know?
Right. And then, you know, like when like it's funny because remember there was a shift in comedy when like Will Ferrell and them started, Judd Apatow started coming out, and like people were like, oh, I don't really like, a lot of people were like, I don't like this kind of comedy, like it's kind of like sarcastic comedy,
Yeah.
it's kind of like dry. But we were into that shit kind of before it became mainstream. And I'm not taking credit like, oh, we were the ones that pioneered it, obviously not, but like we understood that kind of like those undertones, you know. Like the Seth Rogens that now has become mainstream.
Yeah.
Before that wasn't necessarily popular. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It really wasn't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and that I would definitely say like the Will Ferrell and like Seth Rogen like humor.
Different type of humor.
Yeah,
bro.
like that's definitely like the humor I have just in general now.
Yeah.
Like obviously not like act out humor, but it's like just the silliness of it. I think
Right.
like the shit that we say. I mean, definitely a lot from like, Rush Hour, Life,
Oh my
Rush
God.
Hour
I
is such a
mean,
good movie.
the Chappelle Show,
Oh,
all that stuff. You
yeah,
know?
man. I mean, fuck.
I mean, that's like there's just stuff like to this day we still quote shit from Rush Hour, like fuck. My name, his
Dude.
name is Lee. God damn it! Like just like out of nowhere, you know.
Dude, I mean, look, man, there's people that like in a certain a frame of time, you know, like between they were just on, you know. Chris Tucker's one of those people that like just in those few years that he was making those movies, I mean, he was just next level.
Yeah,
you know,
just
like
lighting
god
it up.
damn, bro.
Popping.
Like just like Martin Lawrence, you could say Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, they all kind of have their run, you know, like where they're just like, god damn, man, this guy is so funny. I find it hard these days to find people
Just
that
as
make
funny.
me
Just
laugh like
generally
that.
funny.
You know?
Dude, you know who actually, like, for real, like, someone that I feel is on that level is Theo Vaughn.
I heard him the other
He's
day, man. You
fucking
know, I gave him a
funny,
chance
yo.
for the other day for the first time, and I remember that motherfucker, bro, from Road Rules. I
Yeah.
think he was on.
Yeah, he
dude.
was
He was
on
on a
Road
show like when I was younger. I remember him on a show on MTV.
Yeah.
Like on a fucking
Yeah.
reality show. And I'm like, okay, so like when I saw him again, like I remember you talking about him. And I'm like, dude, this fucking guy is all right, whatever, reality star, but yeah, he's pretty fucking funny,
He's
dude.
funny
He
as shit,
is.
dude,
He
yeah.
gets it. He has a good sense of humor.
See, the thing is, I didn't even know he was on that show, so I don't even.
Yeah, and it was just me casting judgment. There's who cares? If
Yeah.
he was on a fucking reality show, who gives a shit? He could still be funny. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
But yeah, man, he was pretty good. I saw him with that guy from that I liked from Curb, the Asian guy. What was his name? Bobby something.
Bobby Lee, baby.
Bobby Lee.
Fucking Tiger
dude.
Belly.
That shit was hilarious,
Dude, they're
bro.
fucking hilarious. Oh, the thing I showed you, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah,
loved it.
The Man Show, or Man Up,
Dude,
rather. Yeah, Man Up.
Bobby Lee, he's hilarious too. bro.
Yes, dude. I was actually just listening to their podcast today.
And
It's
whoever
so
doesn't
funny.
watch Curb,
Can go
you're
fuck themselves.
slipping. Okay,
Dude,
if you don't get the comedy and Curb Your Enthusiasm, then you don't fucking understand comedy. Okay, I'm sorry.
Shots
bro.
fired, dude.
relax.
Shots
Look at this
fired
guy.
because people that don't get it, man, that you're missing out, bro. That's comedy at its
That
pinnacle.
is still a very bold
That's a very
statement.
big comment.
That's a
Well, you
bold
gotta watch that
statement, sir.
show. If you understand, that show is so like I don't know, man. It cuts to like the core of like interactions that we have with people on a daily basis
Yeah.
and how we really feel. And he really brings out the comedic value in those things, you know.
If
Like,
you're
I don't know.
interested in comedy, you should definitely watch that show.
Yeah, it's
You
an
shouldn't even watch it
exaggeration.
too much, man, because I remember a point where I was watching it so much that I started to think the same way.
Like the paranoia and shit.
Yeah, dude, and I would like have these interactions with people, and I'm like, fuck, I would have like Curb reactions to them. You know, it was kind of weird.
That's fucking funny.
But
I
love it.
So like to continue off of like the because I kind of wanted this theme to be kind of like based off of stories that we have of each other and stuff like that.
We got a million.
I know.
Raphael, let's kick it to Raphael, bro. He's been awfully quiet.
Go ahead, Raphael.
Don't do it.
What
Give us a story, Raphael. You
well-
want to talk about how you fucking told us that you weren't our full brother?
I honestly don't remember that too much.
That was
Actually, you
bad.
directed that at me, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Was that after a game of Smash?
That was it was
Yeah, I
probably
think it
after
was
something
after a
that
game
you
of
lost
Smash,
at.
wasn't it? Wasn't it
No,
that
it was
I
at
wrote?
dinner.
So let's foreshadow
It was at
this.
dinner.
I think it
No,
was
no, no.
at-
It was
at
after
a restaurant.
It was
yeah.
after.
It was not. It was at the counter at the old house.
No, it wasn't, bro. I
I don't
promise you.
No,
remember
it was
that
not.
shit
I
whatsoever.
remember exactly where it was.
Dude,
We
No.
were standing at the counter like we always
Then
do.
he might have said it more than once. Then.
I think I said it more than once because this is my
He
memory.
did, but
This is my-
I remember
The
it
first
being
time.
at the counter
Yeah.
where we all used to chill, and it
Yes.
was directly after some game or something, and he got upset that he wasn't number one, and he
God.
that's how he decided to jab back. But he was so young that me and Danny, we were like, Jesus Christ, what is that reaction from
And
this
I
child?
think they
dude?
called me Janelle right after.
So dark.
Probably.
I think
Yeah,
they
we did.
literally called me
That's
Janelle
exactly
right
what
after.
we did.
Yeah, because the funny thing
But
is
even
like,
Janelle didn't do that. dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. Did you say exactly what he said? didn't
He
say-
said
You're not my
something
brother
along the
anymore.
lines of
No,
like, yeah, but you're
you
not
said
really
you're
my
not
brother.
really my
You're like,
brother. Yeah.
yeah, you're not really my blood brother. or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
to that
some
effect.
shit like that. Yeah, that shit was fucked
I
up.
really don't remember
And I was
saying
like,
that.
wow.
Yeah, but
On this-
in his defense though, we were fucking terrible.
Terrible
him.
to me, and you guys don't
Yeah.
understand the
I don't
fucking
agree with
trauma
that.
Dude,
you
we
put
were-
me
I don't
through.
agree with
But you know what
But it's
though?
all good though, because at the end of the day, when I get back at them, and it will happen, they're gonna be
It's
fucked.
not, you idiot.
What are you talking
We're
about?
grown as fuck right
I'm
now.
gonna
What are
be
you talking
grown,
about?
and I'm gonna be pranking them.
Dude, I'm
and they're
never gonna look.
grown-ass
I'm not
fucking-
gonna. If I prank you guys right now, maybe it's a scare around the corner or some shit like that.
Yeah,
but it ain't
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
anything serious.
Hold on though.
Alright.
Let's all right, but
Wait a minute. No,
Hold on,
yeah, let's
no,
not get
they
off
never
track.
let
No,
me get
I
into
don't-
my
We have to-
wanna-
let's stay on the point where Raphael said what he said.
yeah, so basically
So-
he said that. Yeah.
Yes,
But this
he-
is- but
he
this is
made
what I
that statement.
remember.
It was very dark, and like
Very
fuck,
dark.
man. I was like, God
was
damn, Raphael.
Very dark.
Jesus Christ, it scared me a little bit in the sense that I was like, Jesus Christ, man, this kid is next level with
scary.
the fucking with
Yeah.
the insults.
Emotional.
Man. God damn.
Yeah.
Whatever,
But
dude.
I guess. Look, man.
You're
look,
short. Fuck you, man.
Hey,
That's good.
I'm long where it counts.
This is honestly what I
Yeah,
remember.
your sock size.
I remember one time after we were playing Smash, I was really mad because they kept fucking teasing me and they kept making fun of the way that I was playing.
Can
or
we talk
getting
about
mad.
the ultimate tease that I did when I beat him that game?
Wait, before we get to that,
Oh
And-
my
and I
god,
remember
bro! That was one
writing-
of the most epic fucking games I've ever had. There was only
Wait.
one more game more epic than
Wait,
that.
still let him.
I've
Yeah,
been
let
cut
him
off
finish.
way
Let
too
him
many
Let
times.
him
I'm
finish.
sorry. I
Go
can drink
for
more
it.
wine.
This is the hardest.
That's what she said.
Wow.
So go ahead.
Go ahead though.
All right, so basically
his-
what I remember.
There's wings involved.
I fucking
Go ahead.
Never
go.
lived that
to this
down.
day. To this day.
Go.
So basically, I was mad because they kept making fun of the way I was playing, or I was getting mad at them, and I wrote them a letter saying how
A letter.
yeah, it was
I
like a
don't
letter,
get it. I didn't get that letter.
or maybe it was to Danny, but I put it on his door, on Danny's door, and I left it there saying how I didn't want to play with him anymore, or I didn't want to be his brother anymore, and that he just
oh my god.
and to leave me
Jesus,
me alone.
dude. You were so dark, bro. You're so emo.
Yeah. Okay. So because like when we talk about shit like this, we gotta inform the people like what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
of course. You
So
have to do a backstory.
exactly. So when we were young, all three of us used to play Super
Smash
Nintendo.
Bros.
Wait, before you say that, I'm gonna let you finish. Okay, I'm doing my Kanye right now.
Okay. Go ahead, Kanye.
But look, we were extremely competitive, okay? Let's foreshadow it with this. We were extremely competitive. And that didn't start with me. I don't think it started with me. I think it started
Definitely.
maybe with Cheech and even with my father because they pushed us like I don't know. It was just a
definitely
very
started with Jonathan.
competitive household.
Between brothers,
It
it
didn't
started
start
with
with me. I
Yeah,
didn't
between
start.
brothers.
You're the oldest, dude. Of course,
But I
it's gonna
think
start with you.
naturally
He's talking
between brothers,
I mean, right?
you're gonna be competitive.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter.
It's
Look,
natural.
if you look at look, there's a famous clip. There's a documentary that I watched that I love. Okay.
All right, but hold on though.
Wait, before you say it.
we're going on tangents here.
I know
bro.
I'm not going on tangents, but I'm saying
That's
You
a
are,
tangent.
though.
I know it's a
It's a tangent.
tangent, but I'm saying
He's stuck
okay,
in a loop.
it's not just us. Don't
Insidious.
just generalize it. Okay, we're the only ones that went through that bullshit. Michael
No.
Jordan, okay, there's a famous fucking quote that he says.
No
He's
one
like,
was asking.
I know, but he says, "Look, if I could beat my brother, I can beat anybody." So this is
Yeah.
a reality, bro.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
very
yeah.
competitive
I know. I'm not
things like
saying
that.
that. I'm just saying that was our existence. is what I'm trying to say.
The reality.
I'm trying to
of that
give
time.
the people who don't have siblings, for example, a caveat so that they can understand.
They get that,
They
bro.
don't. If you don't have a sibling, you don't get that
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
Never
that's
had a
true,
sibling.
and you know what? Some siblings are not competitive.
Diego
like
would
Yeah,
be really
for
mad
sure.
right now.
They're
My
not.
best friend who doesn't have any siblings would be
Yeah,
extremely
he-
upset.
Why do
I
you
mean-
gotta say that, dude?
All right, so basically, we used to play a lot of Nintendo 64, specifically
And-
Super Smash Brothers,
And
we
basketball.
and basketball. Yeah, but
That was a big one.
I was not very involved with basketball. But
Rafael did not take to basketball.
okay, but
Look,
hold on.
let me wait.
Let me finish,
I
Joe.
know, but let's
God
say
damn.
this. Rafael definitely had all the potential in the world to be the best one of all of us. But he chose to work out his fucking thumbs more than his fucking feet.
Yeah, now he whoops our ass in
And
every
now he's
game.
like next level gamer.
All
I
right,
had to get my comeback.
so yeah, on your back.
Come on, his
Oh.
back.
Yo.
So basically, we played
What's
a
that,
lot of video
Elizabeth?
games where basically we played Smash and it would be free for all, and usually Rafael would get into third place, and we would tease him about it, so it would cause him to get
Yeah.
very upset.
Usually Danny would get second place.
No, that is not true. I would always get first place.
Rafael.
It would be a
Rafael.
toss-up.
Danny was definitely first runner.
Danny ran
Yes.
it for a little
Thank
bit.
you.
Danny ran it for
Sorry,
For a little
but-
bit, years.
Sorry,
bro.
but
Yes.
it's okay, buddy.
There did come a point where Danny didn't even want to play because it brought.
And they're all
it came
Wait,
with
because
a level of
it was
stress.
so
a
easy.
level of stress
Because it
that
was
we were
so
putting
easy.
Here it
through.
is. Here's the fucking
used to be easy
bench
for him.
talking.
It used to be easy for him, so then when it got hard, he
Rafael-
started getting stressed out.
Well, that's
Rafael
yeah.
watched.
Rafael, to be fair, remember there was a point where, and it was even true. I'm not gonna just put it on Danny. It was true for me. It became so stressful that we were fucking there clicking so many fucking buttons, and we were just like intensely staring at the screen,
And
that
getting
we were
so
like,
mad.
"Yo, fuck this, man! This was
This
so
is so
intense.
fucking
It was
frustrating.
so intense, dude."
It got to the
And
point that we
I
would start
get
screaming.
upset. Rafael would get more upset than any of us because he was coming up in third. It was
And
like
then if
me and Danny
lost-
fighting for first.
And if Danny lost, he would get so butthurt.
oh,
no
if Danny
matter
lost-
what.
If Danny lost,
He
Danny
would
was
get
like, "Oh,
so-
whatever, I don't care."
I don't care. I don't fucking
But
care, dude.
he's like, "Yo, whatever, I don't care, whatever. You know, let's just run it one more time."
Run it one more time. And no, dude, we're good. We're good. We're honestly
all
good
the
to
while
go to sleep. No.
he's saying it in such a calm voice, but his left leg was like fucking stomping a hole in the floor. It was like fucking, oh my god, his left leg was like his heartbeat, you know?
Yeah. Like he had
It was
had a-
super
He had a
intense.
Had a
stroke and
fucking
his left
panic.
leg
He was
was
having
going.
And you know what?
Anxiety attack.
Dan, you look to a credit to Danny, man. Danny is definitely the most intellectual out of all of us because Danny understands.
He's picked up everything
His-
the quickest.
Look, I give Danny all the credit in the world because Danny understands his feelings and things. Like he understood it before any of us did. He's like, "Yo, this shit is not benefiting me in any way. We need to stop. I need to stop this right now."
Literally, bro. Like,
Because he's smarter than me and Rafael. He's like,
And
"Yo,
we
I
didn't
need
care
to stop
about the-
this
the-
right now." Me and Rafael would go at it fucking till fucking bloody
Until
knuckles,
Jonathan
dude.
would
Like
almost.
I would break controllers. Rafael would.
I was getting to
Rafael
that.
would cry. You know that
but
was
it's
his
okay
thing.
because after a
Jonathan
while,
would break
years
controllers.
I would
later,
fucking break controllers.
years
that was my
later,
thing. I was
as
like
a
the
grown
fucking Hulk.
man, he would break controllers.
Yeah, this
because
is like 2 years ago.
This was pretty
No, it
recent.
was- it was-
No,
it was more than
it was
that,
around
but
4
still.
years ago, but still, you were.
And look, I'm definitely past that. Like,
know.
it was definitely a strange time. But I'll tell you this,
that's
man.
for sure, dude.
Look,
It's
competition
all right, man.
between
It's all right.
brothers is definitely there's benefits to it and there's definitely pitfalls to it.
Let's
you
talk
know?
about some bad times that we've had with each other.
Well,
That
bad. I'll tell you. I'm
some
gonna tell you
real
about a bad
serious-
time. Bad time for me, as far as competition, man, I would beat the fuck out of Danny in basketball. Oh my god, I loved it, and I swear I was at the top for so long. Oh man, it was good at the top, and then like
Oh,
that day
That
came
one
around,
game.
man. Danny just kept working and kept working and kept working, and then he got to the point where he actually developed a lot of skill, man. He developed a shot, and like it was hard. It was hard, man. It was hard to keep up sometimes. And he beat me, and I would get so pissed.
Kick the
I
ball.
would get so pissed.
Kick the
man.
ball across the
I'd
street.
kick the fucking basketball. It would slam into a neighbor's car, and it was like the wrong neighbor's car. Dude, I fucking punted balls. I remember the neighbor next door, Barbara. Okay, shout out to Barbara if she's still breathing,
That corner
man. Barbara,
neighbor?
man, we
was
love
it
you.
Was it the
we
one?
love you, Barbara.
So Barbara came out so many times and would yell at us like, "You guys can't be playing at this time like this." And I would ask Danny, man, I would go out and say, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna keep playing, okay? Listen, you know, you don't have any right to tell us not to play. It's fucking 9:30, all right? Go back inside." And she was right, man, because it's fucking annoying when somebody's playing basketball next door to you. It is. It's just annoying.
Absolutely.
I
definitely
I
is.
wouldn't like
Are we
it right
talking
now.
about the lady like right at the corner, right?
Yeah,
With the
and she was
fountain?
like super chill.
No,
She was amazing. She-
literally our neighbor.
No,
Our
not the
neighbor
fountain.
to
No,
the
our
right.
neighbor
Okay.
directly
Yeah,
next
directly
to us. Yeah.
next
Because you
us.
guys had beef with those people. too,
Yeah,
right?
we had beef with them, but you know what? Barbara was always super
Shout out
chill.
to them too.
But
To them.
damn, she was right, man. We would
Those
fucking
peeps.
bang on that backboard and make tons of noise, and it was late. It was like way
10
beyond
o'clock,
late,
10:30,
dude. Yeah, she
yeah.
was totally right for that, and I apologize for that.
I
man,
think-
but
I think
the
that's why she-
But
competition
at the
was-
time though, you would get so livid.
I would right.
Yeah.
Remember, Danny? I would go back at her.
Oh, for
I'm not.
sure.
I'm not one. I don't give a fuck. I never gave a fuck about adults, and I'm not trying to be a hard ass, but I never did. When an adult came at me and I felt like I was being wronged, I came back at them. And she was an old lady, and she came out and she would scream, and I'd be like, "Hey, you know what? We're allowed to fucking play ball here, okay? Don't give me this shit. Go
Yeah.
back inside." And
Mind you, she's not a mean person at
And
all.
she's
She's
not
one
a
of the
mean person.
nicest
Super
ladies.
sweet.
she's just annoyed.
I think that's
because
why she
we're
kind of liked
fucking
me more.
playing this
She always
intense
gave me
game.
a Coke whenever I
You
saw
guys
her.
were loud
Dude,
as shit.
we're playing this intense game of basketball, like fucking 10 feet from her window, and we're banging the backboard, and we're fucking dribbling hard, and we're screaming at each other, and I'm fucking punting basketballs up in the air and cursing to fucking the high heavens. So I don't blame her at all, man. Like, I do regret that.
That was a
but-
nightly thing too.
Yeah, it was.
That
Let
was
me
like
tell you,
literally
man.
every night we would
That
do that.
competitive energy, it brought a lot of horrible things out of me, but it brought a lot of good things out of me too, man. It brings a good nature out of you. It gives you a drive, a next level drive that a lot of people maybe don't have because they don't
got
tap into it.
siblings.
I kind of, I'll be honest, like I kind of wish that we had that, like I'm pointing at my little brother Raphael, like the physicalness, because that would have been cool for you to like beat me one day. You know what I'm saying? Because like now it's never gonna happen.
Definitely not.
Oh my God.
Definitely not until
Oh
This is
man!
true, though.
Well, you know what? Look, man, me, you, and Chi-Chi kind of stayed with it. That was kind of always the trifecta there. It was always like, okay, these are the three that are taking it really seriously. Rafael never took it really serious. And you know what? The crazy
I liked
thing is-
baseball more at that time, though. I didn't
Oh,
really
come
care.
on.
Which you
for
were
it.
good
No,
at,
I was
too.
good
Look,
at baseball.
Look,
We're fucking good
Rafael,
at baseball.
and honestly,
Jonathan, you didn't even finish baseball. Don't get
No, I fucking got terrified of baseball. I'm not
Yeah.
even
He
front.
was scared of
Oh,
a baseball,
shit, dude.
literally.
Hilarious.
He
The
wouldn't.
crazy thing is that Rafael is the most physically gifted out of all of us. He's the biggest. He's the most. He has.
Tallest,
He
biggest
has
dick.
the in his mouth.
Got it.
Oh.
Oh.
He has all the fucking. He checks all the boxes to be the better
But the
athlete, but he just never really wanted it. He didn't want it. You know, like I wanted it. Danny wanted it.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi wanted it. We all wanted it. We wanted it, you know, but he didn't want it. My dad at one point wanted it, but he gave up after a fucking short run. Like I remember, you know, at a young age playing ball with my dad, and he just would foul the fuck out of you.
Yeah,
he
'cause
was
he doesn't know how to play
terrible.
ball.
It was the worst.
He was playing football out
Yeah, he
there.
didn't know how to play ball.
But you know, look, man,
Jab
my dad has that drive. Raphael just is a different breed, bro, and I respect that.
I
and
definitely
love him for
disagree on some cases because I had a
You
drive.
do
it
have
just,
competitive
It
drive.
just wasn't the same when you guys were.
That. It just wasn't backed by effort.
It wasn't that. It definitely was that.
So bad.
You guys made
It's
me
true,
feel.
dude.
That's
You
so
guys
bad.
had me at a standard that
You
you,
had me
already
at
had
hello.
been put through because you guys had were competing with each other
Yeah,
constantly.
but do
So
you
when
think-
I would try to combat your energy or whatever the fuck you're talking about, I literally get put down and been told like you suck.
Yeah,
or,
bro.
Why
What
you
the
acting
fuck
like
you
a
think
bitch?
This is a walk in the park.
It's
This
definitely
ain't
not a
fucking
walk in
Mary
the park,
Poppins.
but definitely
Dude,
made my
I
motivation.
listen. I went through it with. Listen, I went through the battle scars with Chi-Chi. I fucking lost millions of games, bro. They have hundreds and thousands of games.
To this day, too.
Danny lost.
To this day.
Look, Danny.
this
look,
day.
if we actually can go back and count the games that Danny lost before he actually beat me. Oh my God, dude, they were endless, and he just fucking climbed that hill. It's just look, it's this. It happens in professional sports, bro. Even to the best, fucking LeBron, even Jordan. For years he lost, and then he climbed that hill, bro. You gotta beat the person that's beating the fuck out of you.
I feel
Eventually,
like-
you gotta confront it.
I feel like what you guys are saying is kind of false though, because even though you guys are saying I wasn't in that competitive mode, I would at least always try. I'd
And
never
that's
had
not
an
true.
issue. I'd never had an issue playing one game. I'd get tired, and then you guys would get mad that I'd
I
be
don't
on the
agree with
side,
that.
not being inside, like not wanting to play with you guys.
Raphael, I love you to death, but I don't agree with that because, bro, when
I
I say
always was
when I
outside
say
with
when
you
I
guys.
say no, when I
Yes.
look, dude, me and Danny put in a sick amount of hours into playing ball. Like, dude, we would.
One-on-ones were different though. What
Bro,
the fuck was I
you
gonna
have
do when
no
I'm like 4 feet?
idea. Like, I really wish we had a fucking stat, a
We have-
statistic. For one, on the amount of time that I spent trying to beat Cheech, and then two, on the amount of time that Danny spent trying to beat me. There's
you
a
can speak for
hierarchy
that.
there.
How many times did we used to play ball when I was little and we would just practice? But when I was playing in the league and everything,
Yeah, we played for sure.
I stopped playing around when I was in 6th grade. Honestly, I was in a shoeless league during my middle school years, and that was the last time I remember playing in a basketball league.
Yeah.
So
No, we
I was-
definitely played. It just wasn't the same. Like we didn't get to that point where
we were competitive
Right.
enough to
Yeah.
go
It was
never at that
one-on-one.
point.
I know.
Like,
I also
dude.
never used my growth to my advantage because by the time that I got to that age, I wasn't in basketball or
Yeah.
any type of sport.
And you had a
anymore.
small penis.
But I will
Dude.
say though that you did climb the hill of beating us in Smash.
Yes,
Definitely.
But
And
listen,
destroying
this is
us
what I'm telling you. Like,
at
dude,
that.
I had one purpose. Danny definitely had one purpose. Listen, I'm telling you because I know I experienced it.
It's just so funny
Yes,
because you guys
Danny-
all fell
Danny-
off of one thing.
Danny's purpose was to try. Danny definitely, dude. Danny fucking worked because I'm telling you, it was a long time before he beat me. It was a long time, and it was a long time before I got my first. Dude, before I got my first win against Cheech, it took me forever, bro. And when I got it, I felt so good. Oh my God, dude. And you know
Do you
what?
feel
And I'm
like
sure.
most of your drive when you were that age, when you beat him the first time, it was just because you wanted to beat him, or was
No.
it that you were also in the league and you were getting better?
No, I just think that I like playing ball, and I mean definitely there's competitiveness to it. But I think the first time I beat him, it was like I was almost surprised. I think.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Because, dude, for
And it was
so
on
long.
I think we played on the small rims too.
Yeah,
That's what
for,
it
look for
was.
me too,
'Cause
man.
we would
Because
dunk
What
on
of Miami
those.
Lakes
there was
Elementary?
there was a long time before I got over my hurdle, and there was a long time before you got over your hurdle.
The difference there is that I beat you consistently in basketball, whereas you don't beat.
Yeah,
beat
well,
Chi-Chi.
yeah.
You can only
You cannot
beat him
beat Chi-Chi
maybe once.
consistently.
No. Well, fuck. Nobody can really. I mean,
No.
he's really on another level. To be honest,
I think
being
now. I
honest.
actually think now I could run with him now.
Maybe, but
I
you know,
think
to be
so.
fair, he's dealing with a lot of things. You know, but
yeah.
if he's at his best, I don't think
No,
any of
definitely
us are
not.
touching
No,
him.
no,
You
no,
know,
for sure.
shout out to Cheech, man. Fucking,
Baller.
NBA level caliber.
Yeah, no, that definitely not.
He was my idol, bro. As far as an athlete goes, he was my idol, bro. I really looked up to him.
All right, so going back to more stories.
Man, going back. I'm gonna go get some more wine.
Go get some more wine.
Okay, let's talk to Raphael.
No, okay, so I'll tell Raphael about the. I mean, you've obviously heard this.
Yeah, I'll try and scream from over the.
Go ahead,
over
scream
the
from
bar.
over there, and I'll say what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now like that we've gotten past the competition, which definitely, the competition, the humor, all that stuff. I guess you can say that this is more of a humorous thing, but like the way that we would scare each other, and we would scare each other, it was an everyday ordeal basically, and it wasn't like so Jonathan obviously started out scaring me, and then this is actually kind of funny. There was one time where I was, because it was kind of like how when I would scare you, where you'd be playing video games. So we were playing Madden. We were playing the. That was a hiccup burp. A hiccup burp. A hiccup burp.
A hiccup burp.
A hiccup burp.
Hiccup burp.
So we were playing NFL Blitz. NFL Blitz. Yeah. And Jonathan went to go use the bathroom, and I was like, ooh. He does this every single time, because whenever he would leave the room, you, Jonathan.
Anytime that he'd leave the room.
Anytime Jonathan would leave the room,
it was always he's up.
He would always be up to something. Like eventually I'd be like, where the fuck is he? And I'd be like, oh shit, he's trying to fucking scare me. And that was usually the case. He would get me too. And then this specific time, I thought about it when he left, because he's like, all right, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. So he walked out of the room, and I was like, oh shit, this is my opportunity to fucking hide somewhere and leave like the volume up so that he thinks I'm playing. So I hide in Raphael's room, which is basically the middle. It's in the middle. It's in between the bathroom and my room. So I'm hiding behind the door, and I hear him. The door opens very quietly. Obviously, the bathroom door opens.
So he was gonna scare you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And he's tiptoeing, and I see him. Yes, me. You just said me as he's opening the bottle. On me, yeah, you fuck. He was tiptoeing. He was tiptoeing. He was tiptoeing to my room, and I saw him, dude. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this motherfucker. So I fucking come out from Raphael's room, and I'm fucking following from behind him. And he gets in there, and he realizes that I'm not in there, and I go boom. Now, I don't know if I scared him, but the point is that I fucking knew it, and I was like, fuck you, bitch. But that was basically every single day, was at some point I had to, like, fucking figure out where the fuck Jonathan was. And I legit mean this. When I had to walk through that hallway, dude, every fucking room, because there was my room, our parents' room,
like
Raphael's room, and the bathroom.
It's 4 rooms.
Four rooms, four
doors.
Four doors that he could
Four
come out
doors.
from. And anytime I would walk through that hallway, I felt like he was gonna fucking come out from somewhere. So it was just like paranoia up, just ridiculous. But yeah, so that was one thing. And no, I still got some. And then he fucking got me like super scared of Scream. That was such a big part of my childhood.
Shout out to Wes Craven. Wes Craven in the building, baby.
Dude,
Memories.
He would fucking all he
I'm back,
That's
by
so
the way.
bad.
all he
That's
would
so
have
bad.
to do was
Damn, this wine is good.
that wine is good.
I got a new bottle here now. Opened up a new bottle. It's a Pinot.
All he would have to
Gris.
do is put on the fucking mask, bro, and I would just start yelling.
Dude,
He's like, dude, it's fucking
So
me, bro.
Funny, bro. Okay, so let me elaborate on that. So yeah, Danny was super terrified of the scream mask. So to the point where it was a stupidity. Like he sees me in my full clothes, right?
Absolutely stupid.
I'm in my full fucking whatever shirt and shorts. And I just step out of the room for a second. I put the mask on, and I came back in with the same fucking shirt and shorts on, but just with the Scream mask on. And now he's fucking trying to fucking become part of the couch. Like, he's fucking, like, trying to crawl inside of the couch, bro. Like, he was screaming so bad, like, like, my dad got so upset. And he was like, he got upset because the way Danny reacted, not even because I was trying to scare him. It's because it bothered him the way Danny reacted.
Because you scared him so bad.
And the fact that I brought the Scream mask from home to
do it, you fuck.
I brought it in my bag. But like, dude,
You're such a dick,
like,
dude.
Danny, he fucking.
I brought it from my own house.
I brought it from my own house.
So he got pissed about that.
He just sees me leave with this fucking same shirt on, the same shorts. I come back with just a mask on, and he's fucking terrified, like some new person's in the fucking house. Like, come on,
I did not
dude.
like the fucking mask, bro. Shit was scary,
I was
dude.
scared of it too. That's why I bought it. I was scared of it.
That shit was scary, man.
Look, man, the scaring. I don't know who started that.
That was you.
It might have been me.
Definitely started that.
It might have been me, but I did feel bad at one point because I remember
just the one time.
I remember one time calling Danny to come in the kitchen, like we were younger, and I'll never forget, man. I turned a corner and I see him kind of like hugging the wall, like fucking Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, like fucking like creeping down into the kitchen, like with wide eyes, like, damn, dude, are you this paranoid? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck,
bro. No need for that, man.
It was always though, like you had to be on fucking alert, bro, because if not, you're gonna get scared.
But then it became habit, and then he forced it upon me.
And then look, and you know what? To be fair, Danny took it and ran with it. I
ran with it to another extent.
Ran with it to the next level. Like I scared Danny. Okay, I had my fun with it, and Danny was like, okay, I felt bad because Danny was like, oh, you gave me this paranoia and this and that. I was like, oh shit, dude, damn, I didn't want to do that. But like he fucking put that on me. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna do that shit no more. And then he fucking did it to Raphael 10 times worse.
So much worse.
Right. You
10 times worse, dude.
I have so many stories.
Go ahead, go for it. I'm gonna hear some of these stories.
I'm gonna start with a bad one that kind of really it put him in a pickle because he got me really hurt because he was fucking around with me and he wasn't supposed to be. So one time,
Daniel.
Man, that's happened to me a couple times. Oh, Danny, no, don't say nothing. Danny,
dude, isn't that so funny?
Danny, no. Look, hey, wait. Before Raphael says this, I was a period where I was into wrestling a lot, and I would. I was into professional wrestling, if they can even call it that. Look, hey. I was into like fucking power slams and fucking choke slams and fucking power bombs. Oh my god! And Danny was my fucking dummy for that. Oh damn! And he would let me do it.
Ragdoll.
But we would have fun, man.
It was fun. I'm not gonna lie.
We were having fun, And I can't believe the shit I was doing back then to him. I should have never been doing that. I didn't have the strength to do it, but we did it. I mean, we pulled it off. I would tell him, "Hey, jump when I say," and we would fucking do these crazy wrestling moves. But sometimes he would get hurt, and I'll be like, "Oh fuck, Danny, just shut up, okay?
Don't tell mom.
Say
don't
anything,
tell.
okay? I promise. I'll buy you a game.
Yeah.
I'll do something, man.
I'll stop. I promise.
I'll fucking, I'll do something for you, bro. I promise.
Dude, you would. All right, like
I would backtrack like a motherfucker.
Right after this, and if I'd continue, but Jonathan would literally grab me and put me in a corner and start punching my fucking arm. He would just start punching my fucking arm, bro.
That's abuse.
It probably because you were
because you're being a bitch.
No. You would just do it.
A bitch.
He would just
Danny, you weren't a perfect child, by the way.
I wasn't, dude.
You deserve to be punched.
Sometimes you kind of were a dick.
Oh no, dude! I totally punched Jonathan in the nuts multiple times.
Oh yeah, that's. Wait a minute now. Okay. So, yeah, Danny had this thing where he was a smart kid, I'll tell you. He's always been smart. But, man, he figured out that the nuts were a sensitive spot. And Janelle used to do that shit. I don't know if Janelle gave you that move, dude, but Janelle used to do that shit to me. Janelle figured that out too. Obviously,
It's
being
not
a
that hard
woman,
to figure out, Jonathan.
Yeah,
I
it's
know, but still,
common sense.
I never fucking did that. I
Kick
never
a-
did.
kick a
Even
dude in the nuts.
even in a fucking fist fight, and I've been in plenty of street fights. I never
Right.
fucking hit people in the nuts.
Right.
But Danny sure did. He
not
did that to
gonna
me, and Janelle did it to me.
And I did
So-
it to Danny. too.
Yeah.
I hated that. It hurt like a bitch.
Yeah.
All right, so
Tell your story,
The
bro.
prison bars.
so this is the story.
Story of Raphael.
Long ago, when Danny would fuck with me,
Oh,
really on the low.
Danny.
Oh shit.
But really, he did fuck with me on the low. And
Raphael.
what happened was
Raphael
that
was a prick.
fuck this guy
Let
who
me
keeps
foreshadow this
interrupting
by
me.
saying Raphael was a real prick.
I didn't deserve this whatsoever.
He was a dark little fuck.
He has some problems, man. What's wrong with you?
I didn't have problems, motherfucker. You're the one that told me I wasn't your
All
brother.
right, dude.
That's
Alright,
like, you were like,
All right,
you were
having
like
tantrums. All right,
you were like-
having
wait a minute.
tantrums at 27.
Dude, you were 4 years old at the time.
Let
You
him
fucking
finish
little,
his
You
story.
little omen fuck. You know,
story
you were
of
like the fucking son
Adon.
of Christ, of the devil, bro.
The pseudo cry.
of the devil.
Go for it, bro.
All right, so Danny was fucking with me one day that my parents had left to go to the movies or something.
Yeah, you just
And
farted.
I had a really bad fear of the dark because he constantly would put me in the fucking closet.
Wakanda
and-
forever.
Shut up. And he'd put me in the closet and it'd be
And he's
like,
been there ever since.
fuck you. Stop.
Shout out to Gal.
Aw. Gal, who's my girlfriend who's sleeping right now.
In my blanket on my couch.
Next to
Nice.
us as we're talking. Okay,
Raphael,
go,
I
go,
love
go.
you, brother. Go ahead.
And so one time he stuck me in the closet just because I continuously kept going into his room, and every time I went into his room, he immediately found one way to fuck with me. No matter what it was like either to scare me, either it was to annoy me, to tickle me until I pissed myself. It became
Hey,
a
let it
a
all out,
routine,
brother.
bro. It was a routine that
We're
it was
not
a
holding
routine-
back.
Routine to fuck with Ralph.
Raphael, you know what? Wait, before you go any further, Danny peed himself while I tickled him one time also, okay? So just so you feel better.
I don't feel
Okay,
better.
I never did that.
That does not
I
help
don't
at all.
feel
I never
better. It
did
doesn't-
that.
it
Just
never
for the
helped.
record. Go ahead, Raphael. Finish your story. Danny peed himself. Go ahead.
So one time, my dick brother at that time, he fucking threw me into the closet, not knowing that one of the hangers that he had was on the floor,
Yeah.
and I fucking stepped right on top of it in the middle of my heel, and it punctured me completely. Like it punctured me through. So I started crying and telling him, Danny, I fucking got hurt. Please let me out. And he didn't believe me. He thought I was just fucking with them, and he thought I was just trying to get out of the closet.
Nobody
So
believed you, bro. at
He
that
never.
time.
No one ever believed me. I was the
Yeah, because
boy
you
who
lied
cried
a lot,
wolf.
motherfucker.
But
You did a lot, but
I lied a lot
regardless, you were telling
They
the
called
truth
you
then.
Lila.
I was telling the truth, and
Lila
and he didn't
Jr.
care.
Because you lied like a motherfucker. Lie. Lila.
Lila. Come on, let me finish, man. All right, so he when he threw me in the closet, I got extremely hurt, and my parents were coming home soon, so I hate you, dude. This is
What, man? Go. Finish.
making it so hard.
That's what she said.
To you.
Go, you bitch. Go. I love you, dude.
I love you too, man.
All right, go.
So whatever, he pushed you into a closet and you stepped on a coat hanger.
It wasn't.
And you
It was a
fucking
metal
hurt your foot?
hanger. I didn't hurt my foot. I punctured my foot.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
bled.
that's
And I was
hurting
bleeding.
your foot, man. What the fuck else is it?
It wasn't
didn't
like
hurt
a
your
normal
foot?
puncture. It was like literally it fucking went through the heel of my foot.
Okay, yeah,
it
you
was,
hurt your foot.
It
You
wasn't-
hurt it.
I hurt my foot.
And you were
It hurted.
bleeding.
It hurted a lot.
But basically, he came out, and I remember I was like,
Come out of the
"Shh, no,
closet.
don't say anything. No. Don't say it. Don't tell. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't tell. Please don't tell.
It's okay. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
don't-
Don't
you're
worry
fine,
about
you're fine,
it.
you're
You're
fine,
okay.
bro.
You're okay.
You're fine, bro. You're big.
And I'm there,
You're
and I'm
strong.
crying in the bathroom, and he's trying to band-aid me up, and I'm literally
He's trying to do medic work.
like
Yeah,
medic work, like
definitely.
he thinks that it's gonna help, and I'm there like freaking the fuck out because
I
I,
don't
see
remember
this
that.
big
I wasn't
gash.
there.
in
I
my-
You
clearly
weren't there
wasn't
for
there.
that.
You weren't there
You
for
weren't
it.
there for it.
It's okay, man. It's probably because you were in the closet already.
Hey.
Hey, yo.
So yeah, going back, like basically, yeah, that shit was fucked up.
Wait a minute. Let's let Raphael speak. Apparently, I was too drunk and speaking over Raphael.
Yeah.
And I apologize for that, audience.
Yeah.
Raphael, after you take the rip of that pipe, we want to finish up your
let me get roasted
story
first.
there.
He finished that story though. If you have more, go for it.
Go.
But I was saying that shit was fucked up. Like it was fucked up that I did that type of shit. Cause I'm not like that at all now.
I think it was.
That's a lie. That's absolutely.
I would
not
not do that to somebody.
That is
now.
absolutely.
He's still in the scaring aspect. He's still the same exact person.
I've
That's
literally.
not true, dude.
Dude,
I'm not
if
that-
he
I'm
had
not
the
as bad.
opportunity,
I haven't
I feel
for
like
one.
if I lived with Danny again, he'd definitely find
Dude,
an opportunity here and
I
there
haven't
to scare me.
Danny.
Yeah,
And I think
hasn't
Elizabeth
scared me.
is.
You haven't scared
I currently live with Daniel. I will go to the bathroom and walk out to the living room, and he's gone. Okay.
He does the
Look
Houdini.
at that. Look
He
at
does
that.
the scream.
That's
The
not
scream
cool.
trick. He does the scream trick.
He's just missing the
whatever
mask.
the fuck you want to call it. It's not cool.
He does
right?
the scream trick.
We'll be playing FIFA, and I'm like, I have to go piss. He'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Go ahead. I go. Okay. I turn the corner. I turn the corner. I
And
go
he's
I
not
piss,
there
And then
anymore.
I come out, and he's gone. I'm like, fuck.
He's
you.
in a full fucking
I
costume
sit,
now.
I sit
hiding
right
in the
back
corner.
down. I sit right back down the chair that I was in, and I was like, I'm not moving from this fucking chair until you come over here and play this fucking
You
game.
know he's hiding somewhere.
He is doing some shit.
Listen,
That's not
wait.
cool.
Can I say a
I
story
hate
without
that shit.
being accused of interrupting?
Intrusive.
Go ahead.
Intrusive. I'm
Go
not
ahead.
being
Without being
Intrusive.
accused of a sexual
One of the
assault.
fucking okay. All right, I'll leave my Harvey Weinstein tales out of the equation.
You leave that out of here.
Okay, so one of the most intense times that I've gotten scared was actually one of the most quiet times. And I'm prefacing this with silence. So let me tell you what happened, man. I'm walking down a hallway.
No, but you have to give the backstory. Like where
I'm
you were.
walking
You got
down a
home.
hallway,
You got
just-
home.
Yeah, I got
late
home.
at night.
Maybe I was getting a glass of water. I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was walking to the kitchen. All right, that's what I was doing. I was walking to the kitchen, and then all of a sudden, in a little corridor of the hallway, like a little, off to the side, little corridor, I'm walking past, and I hear a psst. And I swear to God, a little pee came out. Little pee came out, and I pissed my pants a little bit, probably. And it was, sure enough, it was Danny sitting there in the dark, whispering at me. Psst. And it was one of the times I got the most scared of my life.
he goes,
go,
damn,
"Whoa."
you fucking got me.
I go, damn, dude, you fucking got me,
Like,
bro.
that was good.
Fucking whispered at me and got the shit out. It was like the Yin Yang Twins song, And he got me, dude. Fucking got the shit out of me, man. I was going in there to get some food or something, whatever. I just been out partying or whatever it was, bro. And I got fucking scared to pieces.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little psst, hey.
Let me whisper in
Let me whisper in your ear. It was Danny in the little hallway.
It was Daniel whispering.
It was Daniel
in your ear.
whispering in my
I
ear,
did
not
get
the
like
Yin
pretty
Yang
good
Twins.
at doing it back, and eventually scaring it off. Like
That was definitely the most creative scare I've ever
That was
experienced
good,
in
yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
Because I've never been scared with a whisper before. That was the first for me.
You know what they call that? They call that a careless whisper.
It was definitely the George Michael special. Rest in peace.
There would be like, I think it was so easy to scare you, Raphael, because
Fuck you, dude.
because and not necessarily because you would get scared easily. It was more of
He
like
wasn't the most talented of us all.
no, he would be you would be playing video games in your room, and your
Oh,
back would
yeah,
be just
dude.
straight to the fucking door.
Jeez.
I
So
was
all I had
never
to-
paying attention.
Yeah.
And he always caught me at the moment when I was at the most focused.
Yeah, he
in
caught you.
school.
Yeah.
I was always
Dude.
like beating like a fucking boss, like in
He was
Smash
beating
or-
off to Call of Duty.
or-
No, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is
This was
before
when I
that.
was
This is
younger.
before that. Yeah,
This was when I was
This is
younger.
before
Fucking
that.
M16, I'm about to get this.
No, you would be like, And this is it's kind of like fucking psychotic now that I think about it. But I would literally wait. I would just sit there behind you, watching you play, and wait. Wouldn't say a word, and wait till
wait till the perfect
wait till
moment.
the perfect moment
Time when I turn around.
No, or not even that, but just like you're about to like win, and I would just go like, boo, like that, and then you would fucking like lose or something.
Wait a minute, and
I'd
you know we want to
freak
talk
out.
about scares, man. Fuck, we scared our dad.
Oh, the best story,
Oh,
dude.
God, dude.
That's all right. Go for it, bro. 'Cause
Man,
that shit's so
oh
funny.
my God, bro. We should. I think after this we need to go on to the next topic. But this was epic, dude. This was planned out, okay, and it was definitely the best scare of my whole fucking career.
It's the best scare I've ever seen in my life.
Best scare of his career.
Of my
Yeah.
career,
Of your
of scaring
scare career.
people.
Yeah.
This was the pinnacle. This was like my fucking
Right.
championship round.
This was like
So-
your Scream. Your
That was
Scream
it,
1.
man. Literally, and
It
I
was
was
like
in
His
full,
Wes Craven movie.
full Scream regalia. Okay, so I fucking, my dad just got home from work.
No, hold on, but context, bro. Let's give some
Okay,
context.
so me and
you
Danny-
just literally this was the first day that you moved into that house.
Was it the first day? I don't remember.
It was the
that.
first day.
Okay, well, I don't
And the reason why I remember that is because we were moving your stuff from your truck into your room.
Could be.
And that's when we saw the costume, and you were like,
could be.
we were like, dude, we gotta fucking scare dad.
So we're coming from the truck, right? We're unloading my shit. When we come across I was, the Scream costume. I had done that for one Halloween. And then there was a, like a butcher knife in the kitchen that Lila had. So I fucking came across that. And we decided that we were going to fucking scare my dad. He had just gotten home. And we creep up the hallway. Sure enough, he's in his room, just all calm, changing. Just got home from work. He's fucking taking his pants off and shit.
He's got his back towards you.
Talking to himself like, fuck, man, what a day at work. Like fucking, going through the motions of the day. And I eventually work my way. Danny's at my feet at the door, at the fucking frame of the door. And I'm there trying to inch my way in. I eventually inch my way in. And I'm facing my father now. I'm on one side of the bed. He's on the other side, not even looking at me. And I'm in full fucking costume, man, with the fucking knife out and everything. Up, like, ready to kill. Like, I'm ready to fucking kill him. And he turns around. Because I couldn't help it. He's got his ass cheeks out. And I start fucking chuckling a little bit. So I'm on one side of the bed. He's on the other side. Danny's on the floor. I'm fucking trying to get the best view he can. And my dad turns around and sees me in full costume. And he just goes, "Whoa! Wow! Whoa!"
That's what he did.
Whoa! And Danny starts losing it. My body just fucking collapsed. Like, it's like fucking, I didn't have control of my fucking motor skills anymore. I just fucking collapsed to the floor laughing. And Danny's asking me, was that him? He thought I was the one fucking yelling, and it wasn't me. It was my dad.
Yeah, they go,
And
was that him?
we're fucking cracking up. I take the mask off, and my dad's like furious, like, fucking assholes. And he's just fucking with his ass cheeks out, fucking scared as fuck. And we just had a blast, man. We had a blast fucking scaring him. Dude, it was so
is too
good,
funny.
man.
He got you back though.
He got me back.
Remember
he got
that?
me back, dude. He got me back because that was a real one. That was a good scare.
He should be
He
here.
really
I would
got
love to-
scared.
If he told that story that'd
Dude,
be
he
amazing.
really got scared that time, though. I'm not even like, we can laugh about it and whatever, but he was really scared that I
Oh,
had a
yeah.
fucking
He thought
knife
you were
up.
gonna kill him,
I was
for
in
sure.
full fucking gear.
Yeah.
And he turned around with his fucking jeans below his ass cheeks, and he was so vulnerable. He was scared as fuck.
I mean, he literally just the funniest
If I didn't
part-
fucking just like limp to the floor next to you, like he would have fucking thought he was gonna die.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he would have gone into fight mode for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
But
So he got me back,
he-
guys. He got me back. And this is the comeback story of my father getting me back. So I scared him a different time, man. He was doing his taxes or some shit at the dinner table. At the fucking, like, dining room table that we all ate fucking, like, Thanksgiving dinner at. And, like, I crept up on him. And I just creep. And I scared the shit out of him. And he had an honest reaction to that.
Yeah, of course.
I crept up on him. He didn't know I was there. And he fucking had an honest scare behind that. That was real. What wasn't real, what he fucking did very well, was grabbed his chest and fell to the floor like he was having a heart attack. And then I freaked out like, oh shit, I killed the motherfucker now. I killed him. Oh my God, bro. I killed my own father with some scare tactics, right?
Which was a show then.
Shit.
Scare tactics.
I killed my father by scaring him. This is going to be bad. So he fell to the fucking floor. He was fucking like he was having a heart attack. I'm freaking out. I go to grab the phone. This was before cell phones.
Yeah.
I go to grab the phone and make a
landline.
Call. A landline. I fucking come back. I'm dialing 911. I look at the motherfucker and he's laughing. And I'm like, you fucking son of a bitch.
When he told me what happened,
you son of a bitch.
All he would say was that you were jumping around going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah, oh shit,
yeah.
Oh shit, oh shit was followed by, oh shit, I killed the motherfucker. Oh shit, I fucking killed him. That was what I was saying.
See, like, now that I think about that too, it's funny because that's good. Like, that's fucking good. Like, to do back, that's good shit, bro.
It was good on his, and you know what? It's a testament to our father, bro. I definitely pay homage, whatever you want to fucking pronounce it. I definitely give him credit for my fucking sense of humor and all my bullshit, because I definitely got it. It wasn't from my mom. That's for damn sure.
No.
I did not get that from my mom.
Yeah.
Okay? I got that shit from him. That motherfucker is he fucks
funny.
around.
Yeah, he's funny.
And he is funnier than you think, bro.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, you don't want to give him credit for this and that and the other, but you know what, bro?
How old?
I'll give him credit for certain things. And
he's
definitely,
50. No, he's 60 something. No, 61.
I don't even know how old
I
he
think
is,
he's
man.
60.
He's fucking up there in age.
You didn't even ask him that when you
You didn't
called.
even call him till like fucking 9 o'clock.
I called him at 8:30 to be clear.
8:30.
To be clear.
8:30.
Raphael, more stories from Raphael, guys. Anybody?
Yeah, do you want to go, Raphael? Some more
Raphael,
stories?
Do you wanna go,
please.
man?
We
Right
want-
now?
We want
Yeah,
horror
go
Right in
stories.
the middle of this motherfucking living room.
Raphael, just so everybody gets some context as to what's going on, Raphael's playing fucking video games.
I'm playing Smash.
As per usual.
The new Smash
Okay.
Ultimate game is.
While me and Danny
kinda
would used to play ball outside, guess
undefeated.
who's inside playing video games? Raphael, some things
Some
never
things
change,
never
guys.
change, exactly.
Some things never
Just like
change.
how your dick is so small, man.
Wow.
Damn.
You know
Again,
what? Hey,
third
bro.
time.
The third time.
Third
No,
time
I'm
on
just
the
You
calling
know what
him
they
out,
say,
dude,
bro.
Because that's one thing that I know for a fact.
Anyways, I just wanted to have that conversation about like our upbringing, because it's a big part of who I am, and I'm sure it's a big part of who you guys are.
Hey, who listens to this shit?
We have 70 subscribers, so
70?
70.
Can I see who they are? Just so I fucking...
No, I
No.
don't. I don't know who they are. But
Alright, man. Fuck
if you enjoy this podcast, please comment, like it, share it, do all that good stuff. And we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at House of I.
Yeah.
And we'll have. I'm gonna have these fools back on again. Maybe
Danny,
tomorrow. Maybe we'll do
gotta-
another one tomorrow.
We
so.
gotta do some. We gotta fucking put some music up now. Tell them that me and you and Raphael are gonna.
Yeah.
We're all coming. It's all coming full circle now. We're working together.
We're working together. The group is called Compadre, and
Compadre.
yeah, it's called Compadre.
No, I didn't know that.
And we're making some music, man. So stay tuned for that. It'll be on SoundCloud, all that good stuff. Maybe even on
Danny's
Spotify.
like Swiss Beats.
They call me a SB, baby.
A son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. SOB.
Small butt.
And then in terms of House of I stuff, we're doing a Florida tour. February 8th, Jacksonville, St. Augustine, the 11th of February. Trying to book something on
Maybe
the
that
9th.
should be my rap name, Saint Augustine.
No, it should be Lil J.
Saint Augustine.
J.
Man, I
LJ.
like that name.
LJ.
LQJ.
Saint Augs.
And then and then we're going to South Carolina, North Carolina, and Atlanta.
Remember Howard Dean? We're
I
going to
do.
go to Minnesota. We're going to go to North Carolina and Ohio. Pya!
We're gonna be, but we're gonna be at.
Nobody fucking remembers
I
that?
remember that, bro. It's Dave
Jeez.
Chappelle, son.
Yeah.
We're gonna be at the Tin Roof in South Carolina on February 21st. February 22nd, we're gonna be at Skylark Social Club in North Carolina, and on the 23rd of February, we're gonna be in Atlanta at Pump Black Festival. So
Yeah, baby.
stay tuned. All right, love you
guys.
guys.